Hello team. Hey, this quick video is going to show you how to use GetDriveStatus for both your internal hard drive on a FlexEdge product and also your SD memory card that's on here. So in this case, I've got an application up and running here, and what I'm talking about is if you go over to the lower right hand corner, Crimson 3.2, click on System, and then if you expand the functions tree, expand the drive tree, and there's a number of things in here that you can interact with. And so currently I've got on here the get drive status, get disk free bytes, free percent, and get disk size and bytes. So if I double click on one of these, I want you to see something, and I hit the edit button. If you focus here, I've got I've got a colon, well, a single colon, not a single colon, a single apostrophe, quotation marks. I'm sorry, single quotation mark, and then the letter C for the internal hard drive, and then another single. And all of these functions, every one of these, is looking at the same C in that same format. And if I look at, I don't know if you know this, but if you go over here, you right click on any of these, you can do show help info, and that'll open up the document for that particular thing. So here I'm looking at one get disk free size. Go to the one that somebody wanted to see. Get this guy here. Okay. So get drive status, and they give you this. It's a multi-state, but if you come down here and read here, blah, 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 but FlexEdge products, this part here, uses C for the internal, D for the USB memory. If I had a USB stick on here, I don't know if this is, yeah, I don't have one here. And then, of course, the E is the memory card. So in this case, I've got these all set up for C. Let's do this real quick. Let me go ahead and let's do this. Let me get rid of, we'll go ahead and do this. We'll go ahead and highlight all this, copy this. I'll paste it. I'll drag it over here. Let me make this guy the same size as any of these. So this top one, look at this, is looking at letter E. So let's quickly go ahead and change the rest of these to look at letter E because I just copied it. So we'll do that. Click OK. We'll make this one go to, and you notice I'm using a lowercase. I don't know if it matters, but what does matter is that single quotation. That's the trick here. Okay. Also, oops, I must have put some, oh, C. Yep, let me put this in. Oops. And I want the letter E, buddy. So there, I just put a double quotations. You saw it didn't like that. And there we go. Okay, so I also want to talk about one other thing. With the FlexEdge, or really a lot of, actually Crimson 3.2, and I already have a video on this, but I'm also show it again. How can you get access to the drive? Well, if you go over to device configuration, slide down to services, go into FTP server, go ahead and enable that, give yourself anonymous read-write access for this, set it up, and then we'll use FTP to get here. So I'm also on the web server. You have your control here on the web server. I've got that set up. But on the Features tab, you can always enable data log access. That will give you access to the data log files on the web page, but you can't really get to anything else that's on the card. Even with the USB cable connected to FlexEdge, it doesn't show up as a hard drive anymore like it did in the old days. So, all right, let me go ahead and download this to the unit. And I'm using the web page here. And I think this is live. Let me go back. Let me go back and hit remote view. Okay, so there it is. Now you can see right now that I do not have anything over here in the SD memory card. So if I go push that micro SD card in, give me a second here, team. It's really small there. I just pushed it in. It's a brand new card. I should make these bigger, but look, it showed up correctly there. And that's that. And then, of course, real teaser, I like to use Core FTP for my FTP client software. There's other ones out there, FileZilla, other things. But in this case, with Core FTP, particularly the LE model, less expensive. I've got here a device FlexEdge. There's that 222 address. We're familiar with that. I'm using the anonymous setup. So if I click the connect button here, this column here is my SD memory card. I must have been doing some of this before. And then the D drive, well, I don't have a D drive in here, so there's nothing there. That's the now what you can't get access to here is the internal memory on the C. I don't know how that's available, but you do get access to the E drive. So anyway, that's a quick way to use it. The key part, team, is that you got to use a single quotation and the letter of the drive for that to work. Hey, thanks.